when we say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the best of all planners, it really takes us seeing him execute his plan for us to believe it. All of us have bad days, and the advice we typically get is get up, shake yourself off, and keep going. But then there are those days with experiences that shake us to our core, and to keep going after them feels near impossible. So then where's the advice on how to deal with those things? When you think of the tragedy that befell you, the thing that if you could rewrite your life story, you would edit that out, our deen gives us an incredible, powerful tool to deal with this. So if you've been feeling stuck, feel like you're replaying the story over and over in your head, and you need something to just help get you out even just a little, please keep watching this video. In this video, I am going to teach you a dua that I've used myself and the story behind it. The thing about stories is that they show us that other people have gone through things that are just as difficult, just as hard, and made it through to the other side. So we know that we can also get to a point where whatever we experience doesn't hurt as bad. And the story goes like this. Salama was a companion of the Prophet ﷺ, and she was an incredible Muslim. She was married to Abu Salama, who was the most amazing husband, the best partner for her that she could have ever imagined. She was always praising him. Abu Salama was someone who was very staunch in his faith, and he actually ended up going and participating in the Battle of Uhud. Well, if you know anything about Islamic history, the Battle of Uhud was a tragic loss to the Muslims. It was an extremely difficult battle that really shook even the Prophet ﷺ. During this time, Abu Salama sustained an injury that was really difficult to heal from. And as a result, he actually ended up passing away. Now you can imagine how tragic that must have been for Salama to lose her life partner, but not even, it's one thing to lose a life partner, it's another to lose the life partner that you felt was the best partner for you. And during this tragedy, she used her faith to cope, and she remembered a specific dua that she was taught by the Prophet ﷺ. And the dua goes as follows. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Allahumma ajurni fi musibati wa akhluf li khayran minha. So to Allah we belong, and to Allah we will return. O Allah, reward me in my calamity and my affliction, and grant me better than it. So she thought about this dua, and she was going to say it, but the immediate thought to her mind that came was, I'm asking Allah to give me better than what I had, but who could be better than Abu Salama? Like, who could actually be better than that man? And that's, first of all, it just speaks to the level of character and the relationship that she and her husband had. But either way, she made the dua. I think that speaks to a moment of strength on her part, where she didn't allow shaitan to dissuade her. She didn't allow her emotions or her feelings about the situation to allow her to lose faith and trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's promise, or to lose trust in the Prophet ﷺ's words. So what ends up happening? Umar comes to propose to her. Yes, Umar ibn Khattab, the famous Sahabi that we all know of. And she says no. This is a woman who knew what she wanted in her mind. Who's better than my husband? She says no to the proposal. Then Abu Bakr actually asks for her hand next. And she says no to Abu Bakr. She still, again, is a faithful woman and continues on with her life. She's raising her children. And one day she gets the news that another proposal came for her. And this last proposal that she receives is actually from the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ himself. And so now the answer to the question, who could be better than my husband? Who could be better than Abu Salama? It was the Prophet ﷺ. Of course, who is better than the Prophet ﷺ? And she accepts the proposal. Salama goes on to be one of the Ummahat al-Mu'mineen, the mothers of the believers. She's someone who was an extreme source of comfort and even advice to the Prophet ﷺ during very difficult times. She ends up being one of the places we get so many ahadith. She was a huge advocate for women in our deen as well. The power of the story is incredible because there are very few things that are more painful than losing your life partner. But even in that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gifted her with something because of her willingness to trust, her faith, her willingness to make that dua. This is a dua that we all should be memorizing. When I think about my own personal experience with this dua, it's very simple, subhanAllah. I remember just being in such a difficult place in my life and just wanting relief. Like, I know what that feeling is, where you just want it all to end. You want the sadness to end. You want to stop feeling so icky when you wake up in the morning. You want to feel like you have a sense of purpose, and it's hard to see past what happened to you. And I would just make that dua. I just trusted. I was just like, I'm going to make that dua. And subhanallah, the replacement that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave to me is something that is beyond words. And when we say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the best of all planners, it really takes us seeing him execute his plan for us to believe it. And sometimes that takes a while. I know this video is very short, you guys, but I just wanted to get straight to the point. If you like this kind of content, God-conscious self-improvement content, then please like this video and subscribe for more. If you'd like the link to the dua, I will leave it in the description. And if you're someone who is struggling with trauma in their lives and wants to know more about healing trauma, I actually have a free ebook on healing trauma. If you sign up for my newsletter, it'll be emailed to you immediately. That is also linked in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Assalamu alaikum.